And I don't think it should be like that. I think it should, let your killers do their thing, and play fast and play aggressive. I'm not saying that we haven't been, but me personally, that's what I would like. Obviously we're gonna run the ball and we're gonna set up the run off the pass and the pass off the run. But we have a lot of good players, and I feel like you should just let us go.
Well, we got to invest in a small steady cam. Gianna, can we invest in one of those small steady cams?
And send it to the Eagles.
Send it to the Eagles to thank them for their wins. Brew, what did the Eagles prove in their comeback win?
Well, they proved a few things.
Okay.
The first being that they own the Los Angeles Rams.
Say it.
And everybody's All-American, Matt Stafford. They just do.
Thank you.
All right? They won 4 straight games against the Rams. The Rams haven't beaten them since 2020, I believe, when Carson Wentz was the quarterback.
Love it.
So they own them. And yesterday, Nick, it felt like they big brothered them. Not that they spotted them the lead, but it was like they were like, okay, this is ridiculous. And at halftime, they just were like, all right, enough is enough. And just totally outplayed them in the second half. And obviously in the second half, they proved, look, open up the offense. I'm not saying you have to go Justin Herbert against the Chiefs or old Patrick Mahomes, whatever. But open up the offense and let Hurts throw the ball. I don't disagree with what A.J. Brown said. I have no problem with him saying it because he's absolutely right. And that will open things up for Saquon. Saquon still, he had a few nicer runs in the second half yesterday, but still has not been able to get it going because the defenses are stacking the box and not thinking you're going to throw. So if Jaylen's proven I can throw. Every time he does it recently, it's worked. So I'm not saying throw it 35 times a game. But open up the offense, you'll be a better team.
Desperation to let him throw is your point.
And if you start doing it now, if for some strange reason he's struggling and it doesn't work, or you lose a few games because he's throwing too much, you can dial it back. But they need to open it up a little bit more.
Here's Jaylen's stats in just the second half after being down 26-7. 4 drives, 16 completions on 23 attempts, 200 yards in the second half, 3 touchdowns, no interception, passer rating of 137. What I liked the most about it upon reviewing the game, because I was obviously deep with my favorite quarterback, Drake May, my second favorite quarterback now, Jaylen Hurts, is knowing, you know what it reminded me of, Nick? When Saquon was talking about the tush push, everybody knows what's coming and you can't stop it. The big knock on Jaylen Hurts is, can he complete these passes when everybody knows it's coming? 5-play drive, 79 yards. 2nd and 13, AJ for 38. 3rd and 10, Devontae for 16. 3rd and 10, 8 minutes left. AJ goes for 25. 3rd and 10, under 5, AJ for another 23. So everybody knew it was coming. He has to throw the ball. Hasn't really thrown the ball all year. Still successful. And I didn't make any sarcastic comments there at all.
What do you mean?
I'm just trying to...
he's the best quarterback in the world.
No, I'm just trying to give a solid analysis there. Just running off some numbers, not doing any funny voices, not doing anything crazy, not saying I told you so to anybody. Just trying to
You should
trying to be professional.
Here's the thing. Kevin Wildes believes in Jaylen Hurts more than the Eagles offensive coordinator does.
I don't know what his deal is.
He needs to open it up.
He had to get talked to by the leader of the team.
Correct, and that was a good job by Jaylen.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, sorry, my mic pack fell off. Oh, that's why my hand's behind my back here. I'm not trying.
I thought you were doing like a Houdini bit.
No, can we show the numbers? Show the first half numbers. Go through both of these, Dust, if we could. So, 33 yards in the first half is impossible.
Yeah.
And then 255 in the second half is phenomenal. And then Jaylen passing the ball, first 10 quarters of the year. 7 passes that went more than 10 yards through the air. Second half against the Rams, 9. And so this was, to me, kind of a best-case scenario for your take, Kevin Wildes, which is why I'm going to pay the Eagles as big of a compliment as I possibly can.
Wow.
What did the Eagles prove in the comeback win? At this moment, the 2025 Eagles are the 2024 Chiefs, where they are. What's wrong, Wildes? What's wrong?
I don't think they think that's a compliment.
The defending champ that is undefeated in real life finds a way to win, but they're undefeated in real life, but winless in hypothetical situations. They are they literally won a game with blocked kicks like the Chiefs did. They are the team that knows how to win and can beat you a million different ways, but none of the games feel clean. You know what I like? And it is they have graduated to the championship pedigree thing, which is we can act like the 2024 Chiefs season was a total disaster. They won 17 games and went to the Super Bowl.
We put it on a platter like.
It's a compliment from me. Maybe it wouldn't be for you.
If you said that it's at City Hall in Philadelphia, I don't know if it'd be like, yeah.
Well, I feel like, Nick, and I'm sure there were some games that were, because I'm thinking of the Denver win that didn't feel that impressive with the block.
The block kick.
Yeah, but there were other, it felt like a lot of their wins were just, they didn't play that well, but they were low scoring, but they won. This one felt, for Philly, I get what you're saying, but that second half was just, they bulldozed.
That I totally agree.
Like that feels
But
different.
it was where, and it even gets to, and we can, like they're getting a bit of the Zapruder film, did you miss this call stuff from the internet, like the Chiefs got last year, which
false starts,
give me a break.
Right, which we would be remiss, by the way, since it was such a story last week, if we didn't at least follow up briefly on the Tush Push stuff, right? So the Tush Push, because Pereira pointed out immediately, right? The 4th down Tush Push, they showed it. And he was like, you know what I mean? It's so hard to call. It's a false start. The thing is this. It wasn't hard at all in the Saints game. Because the Saints game, there was a Tush Push, there was a false start, and they called it. So I have another announcement. Because the Tush Push, I do think people are going to get flagged on.
Yeah.
Except the Eagles.
Right, which is why it's not the Tush Push anymore, boys.
This guy is bad.
Tush Push gone. Long live the early bird. It is. They're the only ones who can get away with it. Tush Push
in the lab.
In the lab.
The tackle that
He's been waiting all early bird.
The early bird. KW, be honest.
The early bird.
Early bird's pretty good.
Early bird is good.
We call it early bird's going to keep it rolling. Everyone else is trying to do Tush Push. Brotherly shove would have been Philly, but it was called Tush Push.
Never really caught on.
Yeah, early bird.
Syllables.
Yeah, listen, if they're going to do it, they can get away with it. The poor Saints can't. They can't.
Eagles in Tampa Bay, battle of the undefeated teams.
That's going to be a good game. Tampa's beating them last year.
Yeah.
But Tampa's down everybody now.
Packers were talking about going undefeated. Yesterday they were talking about losing to the Browns. Cleveland pulls off the upset 13-10. Here's Micah postgame.
This is all part of adversity. Undefeated seasons, like, they're hard in the NFL. Like, let's be real. And sometimes, just like today, you the bed. That's just the reality of it. Like, it happens to the best teams. You know what I mean? Even the best Super Bowl champs make mistakes, and they pay for it early. You know what I mean? You go back to the history of the champions and who they played and games they should have won. It's just part of being natural. It's that competitive. It's that hard to win.
He's not on the Cowboys anymore. Keep going. Concerned about this Packers performance.
The Browns who got blasted by 24 points a week ago in Baltimore. I was there. I watched it. The Browns who, Nick, have yet to score 18 points in a game this season. 18, including yesterday. The Browns whose quarterback has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions this season. That's who you lose to. I don't like it one bit. I love it. I love this.
Why?
I love it because it is just what the doctor ordered.
What?
They win 2 games over 2 good teams, and now they got the offensive linemen talking about we want to go undefeated. Right? They saw themselves atop Nick's tiers and thought they had arrived. J-Lo was on Bruce's ballot and thought he was the man.
Yeah.
They clearly went into Cleveland taking the Browns lightly. They felt like they were playing a college team because the way they got pushed around on the line of scrimmage on both sides. Like, they have been shutting everybody down in the run.
I think the Packers' defense was pretty
The
great.
defense was fine.
Yeah.
But they have been shutting everybody down in the run. I was talking about that every week. Oh, they got 2 yards of carry against the Packers. Yesterday, the Browns got 5 yards of carry. And the kid Judkins almost had 100 yards. Like, so they ran. That proved to me when they ran on them, I get it. They didn't score a ton of points, but they don't have an offense that can score points. And they still were able to run the ball on the Packers. So to me, I'm serious. This is what they needed. They were a little bit cocky and thinking that, hey, we got Micah. We're the best team in the NFC. We've arrived. And now they know they got to get back into the lab. And J-Lo turned into J-No with that pass. Quickly, the thing about him, Nick, he had gone 9 games without an interception.
Yeah,
and usually he's streaky.
I know.
Right? So let's see if this turns into another streak of interceptions or he fixes it real quick.
So here's the deal. I don't really care about Micah's comment because I thought the defense was exceptional. The Browns had 3 points going into this moment, and the only reason they got a touchdown there, he returns it to the 4. You know what I mean? The Packers defense did its job. The Packers offense struggled the whole game, and then despite that, all you have to do is not turn the ball over.
Right.
It's if you go incomplete there, that's fine. You are punting to Joe Flacco to go 80 yards on the Packers defense. He's not going to do it. So this to me was just confirmation that my take when the Packers trade for Micah Parsons, I will double down on it. The most intriguing person in the NFL this year is that guy, Jordan Love. Because if he can just be steady and good, they can win the championship. But that type of mistake, to me, Brew, you're talking about as a wake-up call. I look at it as a flashing red light. Like, that was concerning. That's the only way you lose that game.
Micah back to Dallas for Week 4. Brew with the grade for the Cowboys up next on First Things First on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM. You guys look fantastic there. It's just like a band.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe